family, but rather proving your worth to marry her. And prove it I did by next heading to the goat market, where I spoke with a house of men to find the meatiest goat. This is the one I picked, and surprisingly, the goat at only $40 is one of the cheapest items on the list. This can't be done in one day, so after the rain cleared, I went to Mushin Main Market to find the cola nut, both bitter and regular, the alligator pepper, the Adzun, which specifically said I needed to buy plenty, and bottle of raw honey, which symbolizes that our marriage will be sweet. Next, I had to gather biscuits, bulk packs of different drinks, wine, and semen schnapps, as well as a suitcase full of new clothes for my fiance to prove I can provide for her in the marriage. And lastly, the marriage Bible, as God will always come first. It is possible to pay someone to buy these items, but for me, I wanted the experience myself. Finally, we brought all these items to the family home for the wedding day. It is not easy to marry a Yoruba girl, but my bride is strong, smart, loving, beautiful, and completely worth it.
All right, George BD. Yesterday we had another news. Tinubu seeks National Assembly nod to borrow 2.2 billion. Is that $2.35 billion? $2.35 billion. Our president is seeking the National Assembly to give him the nod, to give him the pass, and we're saying, have we not borrowed enough? Have we not incurred enough debt for the future generation, for our children? And why are we borrowing? What's there that we're even borrowing for? Let me start with BD. BD, did you hear that news yesterday? The president wants more loan, $2.35 billion. So what's he borrowing for? And why are we going down the line of debt? Gentlemen, tell me.
Maybe I don't know. Yes, the Tinubu seeks National Assembly approval for new 2.3 billion naira fresh loan. Yeah, but the seeking for the approval it's not necessary, because certainly it's just for formality's sake, because the National Assembly will approve it and he will get the loan. So it's like you're bothered. You're talking about it because you understand the gravity of what these loans mean to Nigeria and to average Nigeria. But unfortunately, many Nigerians don't really understand what this means to them, what it means to their life, what it means to their heads. Do you understand? And when you talk, people will not understand because they don't have the knowledge of what this loan is doing to us. But what do you expect us to say? That is the kind of president who have. All what he knows is to borrow and to increase tax. That's, if you look at the body language of our president, the most things he does is borrow, appointments, and increase tax. That's the only thing he does. So what can we actually say to this kind of a man, that this is what clusters his mind? The only thing we can do is to alert Nigerians for them to understand and to know. They understand. This thing we are talking about now does not include the $1.2 trillion in a new external loan to the finance. It does not include it. So that's why I said if you are talking about, because we understand it and the gravity of what this loan means to an average Nigerian. So what do we do? Even if we talk from now to tomorrow, the
What do
National
we do,
Assembly.
George? What do we do? Finding out.
Sometimes,
Mhm.
sometimes to remain balanced is the key. Okay, the president is not a fool. He's not a madman. The president is intelligent. We have seen some moves made that that was very discouraging. We have seen some things happen that we did not like. What we have complained about the president is bringing a good idea but applying it the wrong way that will affect the nation negatively. We've seen that with the fuel subsidy. We see that with the naira situation that was brought about. What these things did, they were good ideas, but was wrongly implemented. Wisdom is the ability to do things rightly at the right time, at the right moment to affect the people positively. So now when we talk about borrowing money, The president, only the person that is wearing the shoe knows where it's hurting them. I don't think the president will just wake up one morning and dream about 2.35 million trillion or $1 million, and then wake up and say, "Oh, I want these people to go ahead and the House to approve it." He's nodding them. No, listen. Many things was destroyed for 8 years under Buhari's administration. And I said this when we were coming in. This man is under tremendous pressure because Buhari was an inefficient president who did not care, didn't know his left from his right. He came in with the promise of, eradicating corruption, but under him, worse corruption took place. Now, for the first time, we are beginning to see some of the positive effects of what the president promised, and we're seeing it. Inflation is coming down. Food prices are coming down in Nigeria, whether we like it. Oh, yes, we've had a lot of them.
Okay, George, somebody's on ground. We can't be in the proxy and make a session, George. Let BD tell us. Food, BD tell us. George says food is coming down. I mean, that's an assumption. Tell us.
It's not an assumption. What we say here, we read, we ask.
Okay, all right, BD, tell us. Let's have BD. All right.
Sir George, you can't be in Canada and telling us that in Nigeria that food price is coming down. And you are a media person. You should understand what is called image making, projection, and propaganda. Which food is coming down in Nigeria? Which inflation is stabilizing? All these things are fallacy. They are not true. We're not saying that president does not know what he's doing. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying that the implication of this excess borrowing is selling out in the lives of an average Nigerian. And that's exactly what is on ground today. No food price is coming down. Things are getting harder every day because you know why? Because more taxes are being paid and people are expected to pay tax and people are expected to pay more levy. These are the things that are making these food prices go high. So anyone that comes to tell you, oh, the things are getting better in Nigeria. So please, I'm not saying the person is lying, but I want people who live in Nigeria to tell you. People, but not people, we have two types of Nigerians now. We have the poor and the rich Nigerians now. Before in Nigeria, we used to have three types of Nigeria: the rich, the medium, and the poor. But today in Nigeria, there's nothing like medium. It's either you're rich, it's either you're living in Nigeria or you're not living. That's actually what we have in Nigeria. And things are not getting better. Forget about those media propaganda, media image making, media projection we are doing just to package our country, package our presidency. Nothing is getting better. Sir George, I'm telling you, this one is personal. Nothing is getting better. It's even getting worse.
Can I ask a question? Let me ask a question, okay?
All right, go ahead.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has declined to sign 2 bills into law, citing specific risks and inconsistencies, and the issue were highlighted, okay? And number one, the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, established in 2025. So now, he refused to sign that bill because he said that the bill introduced a 1% levy on all imports and exports without required executive approval, deemed onerous and unfair to businesses. He did not sign it. Okay. Bypassing presidential oversight, it allowed the institute to borrow up to 50 million without the president's consent, creating a loophole for potential financial abuse. He did not sign it. Okay, also the institute funded by the government allocation was empowered to invest his fund and move considered fiscally dangerous for non-revenue generating agencies. So what we are saying is this: let's be balanced in our sessions, because when the president is doing bad, I call it off. I call it. Now, we know that when he first came in, the first year he came in, it's not the same as it is today. Yes, things are still not trickling down the way we want it to in Nigeria. But today, whether we like it or not, from top and from the middle, the people that are looking into our financial affairs in Nigeria, things are getting better. The introduction of Dangote's refinery have eased the pressure on the subsidy, and the Nigerians are, you can buy your fuel today without any issues. Those things are happening. So when we see the truth, let's call a spade a spade. I do. When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing something wrong, and when he's traveling too much, I call it. I don't care, because I gotta tell the truth. I speak truth to power.
Okay, but George, also George, from my point of view, yeah, George, you've said a lot. Thank you. From my point of view, no, George, listen. We too are doing as you're doing your own research. We're doing ours too. There are decline in numbers. With household goods, basic amenities, they are decline. We are not seeing numbers grow. So I don't know. Anyway, let me also there's a Facebook like from Chichi. Chichi, when BD was talking, Chichi gave a thumbs up, and there's a WhatsApp comment from my end here, from one Akpos something. He said, we should not make assertion from diaspora. We should be home to face the reality before we speak. This is Akpos something talking. So gentlemen, let's see how it goes, because
let me answer some in those things he listed. He listed the fear, the buying things. I want to talk about that it's easy to buy fuel. Yes, Sir George, let me start with the fuel. It's easy to buy fuel in Nigeria. But you should understand that the fuel that Nigerians were buying 120 naira 5 years ago, 4 years ago, is now 900 and something naira, almost 1,000. Do you understand? Now, I want to tell you something. Talk about Nigerian gets easy. I am not disputing, but I just want to give you some points. Early this year, Telecom Communications came out that they are increasing their tariff. As before we know it, MTN was actually the one who boldly said they have increased theirs. Other ones did not say anything, but they secretly increased it. But do you know what happened? All the network increasing, Nigerians started shouting. Nigerian government came out and said it has been reversed. As I speak with you today, nothing was reversed. Nigerians are still paying it. Do you know? Now, when this government came to office, one of the first things they did after removing subsidy was to increase tuition fees. University of Ilorin that they are.
We remember that time. Yes, we remember.
Yeah. 1747. As of yesterday, it has increased to 400 and something thousand naira, almost 500,000 for a student. So, and you're telling me that things are getting better. I don't know where. Probably not in Nigeria. Maybe it's other place. But if it's in this Nigerians who are, things are actually getting better on papers, but not physically. Nigerians are not feeling it. Nigerian governments are projecting it for the world. Maybe probably for them to use it to attract investors. But in Nigeria, nothing is getting better. It's only getting better on papers.
It's only getting better on papers. All right, gentlemen, thank you all for this discussion. Let's go further to somebody that is not getting better with, and that's the Minister of Science, Innovation and Technology, Uche Naji, has resigned from the president's government, Tinubu's government, because what they said is he resigned due to controversy trailing his certificate. He said he obtained his certificate from the University of Nsukka, and he did his youth service. Meanwhile, Nsukka University says that he didn't scale through their school. Gentlemen, now the question here is this: will Naji pay back all he has taken during his time? At least he has been there for 2 years. He got Esther codes, he got salary, he got allowances. Will all this thing be given back to Nigerians? Because that's our money, that's our wealth. One man that has been found deficient in truth cannot go with our money like that. BD, tell us the update on Naji. He's denying everything. What's Naji's problem?
Well, Nigeria actually is having a very serious problem. But what I'm still investigating in this, how did this actually start it? Because he said he schooled in Suka. Yes, in Suka actually acknowledged him that he came into the school a certain year they mentioned, but that he did not graduate. So meaning he doesn't have the paper he claims he has. But I want to know another thing. I must commend this man. He just resigned. This is what we don't get always in Nigeria. He resigned. That's a good one. Now he resigned to go sort it out within soccer, or maybe I don't know what he did. But I must commend him, and I believe that other people should learn from him because you know why I'm saying that. Still in this same Bola Ahmed Tinubu government, we have a lot of them who are still in that government without papers. Do you understand? Instead of them to resign, they are paying lawyers, they are paying media, they are tweeting and flouting their cases. So that's probably they should learn from him. If we should be resigning like this, because people say, he actually does not have paper. So we don't know. But Nsuka has said it, you did not graduate. Because if your school you said you went to could not provide your document, it means you did not go to that school. You have to graduate for them to say you schooled here.
So, George, will he give back our money, our salary, and Esther codes?
We're not going to be expecting him to give nothing back to you. He's an Igbo man. He was forced to resign. Okay? Listen to this. He did wrong. You know, he may be, but the question you have to ask yourself is, he's from the north. Would they, force him to resign? If he's from another area rather than Igbo land, would they actually go? Where is Buhari's papers for his school? Did you find any? Yet he was the president of Nigeria. We know that we have been talking about our current president and all the papers that, that has been, we were questionable age and everything. Did he resign? Is he going to pay back any money? Come on, man. No, I don't support evil. The man resigned, yes, whether he was forced or he decided to resign because, he couldn't be able to withstand the lies that he told. That is something else. But let's look at it from a larger scale of things. Okay. Now we are coming into the next election, and such negative reports will not be good for APC. So the best thing was, listen, you gotta sit on this. You gotta sit back. Resign, and that's it. Because they can, if there are no paper trail to show that he graduated from Nsukka or even NYIC or whatever they call him, there's no proof of him. Yes, indeed, he did the right thing by agreeing to resign. But the point is this: let's not throw too much stones, because there are so many tables that have been unturned when it came to Buhari's schooling, when it comes to our current president. So all these things are still questionable. So, Nigeria is Nigeria. We don't approve. We're not supposed to be approving when somebody does something wrong. We clap for them. No. Let the truth be told. But you have to ask yourself the question before you pick up that stone to throw at this man. What about these people that I just mentioned? Plus others from the north who never went anywhere. And
okay. But remember our humanitarian minister of state she humbly bowed out when the odds were against her. That's better. Remember better, and she's not Igbo. So it's not about Igbo. It's not an ethnic thing. It is that people should live up to the requirement of office. So
we need to, but it depends also. Let me tell you this, whether we like it or not. Nigeria is Nigeria. Okay, until we come to that place where we want our country to be, it is still going to be happening. So what we see, because if you go to the House today and go to the Senate today,
but George, you mean you don't have the list. You don't have the list of people that have resigned. It's not just this man. We also had the minister of Kemi, what's her name? The minister of Didi, what's the Yoruba girl's name? Kemi something. She resigned
Yeah,
too.
that time, that year, under
Yes.
Buhari.
Yes, Buhari. And we've all had other ministers too that are not Igbos that have also resigned from governor during Buhari, during Obasanjo, and during Yaradua. Okay, let's not take time. Let's not take time on this. Let's move on also to some small things that also matters. In Lagos last time we talked about the event, the e race that was done. Again, is what is happening in Lagos State. Lagos State is hosting Miss Earth Water, Miss Earth and Miss Earth Water. These are events that also brings highlights tourism in Nigeria. So almost the ladies, the representative of each of these each country, they are presently in Lagos now on Miss Earth. Miss Earth and Miss Earth Water is actually an annual international beauty pageant. It started in Philippines. It advocates for environmental awareness, conversations, and social responsibility. So Miss Earth and Miss Earth Waters is now happening in Lagos. BD, are you able to experience that? We also have some American artists, Wyclef John, and some other artists, Charlemagne, and the rest in Nigeria now on these events. So these are good things that project tourism. George, is that not so? These are events that could help us boost our tourism as we go on. Is that not so?
It is. It is so. It is so. We see, how, Dirty December, has risen to, to a world-class type of event where the world at large, they're all clamoring and wanting to visit Nigeria. And so far, we haven't had any negative news from that. Miss Edworth, is this Mami Water?
Well,
Mami Water contest?
that's what it means. That's what it means. That's what it
Mami
means.
Water contest.
They are all creation. They are all
Oh
God's
my
creation.
God.
You know,
Yeah, this one, the
God
earth,
owns
earth
God
water.
owns the water. God owns
Huh?
the water.
So,
God
so,
owns the water.
so is
You
this
know,
Mami
God
Water
is God's
contest or what?
creation.
Is it
Yeah,
Mami
something like
Water
that.
contest?
Obviously, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Well,
Anyway,
whatever y'all want to do
I
to bring people to come to Nigeria, that's good. As long as
that's
they
good.
will, they will enjoy. But safety is the only concern. But so
Yeah.
far, so good. A lot of people have visited Nigeria during December for Dirty December. No stories,
Mhm.
no negative
Mhm.
news, nothing. They go, they come back, and they enjoy themselves. And as a matter of fact, they are making it an annual event. Most people don't even take their vacations anymore. They shift it to December just because they wanted to come and do Dirty December in Nigeria. So it's beautiful.
so
Yeah,
say the funny
BD.
part of it.
Thank you, George.
Yeah,
Go ahead, BD. Go ahead.
Divine Divine Ekemini Nelson was crowned Miss Earth Nigeria 2025. She'll be representing Nigeria at the International Miss Earth pageant in Filipino later this year. So that's the event you're talking about. They just had it in Nigeria. And when you look at the name of this Miss Earth representing Nigeria, it's fitting with what Sir George asked. Are they Mami Water? So that's this is the story.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, beautiful. George, let's hear from your corner. We were following. A little of the international news. Pam Bondi, Pam, that United States Attorney General, she had some real tough time with the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, 2 days ago. George, did you hear anything? We heard she's being grilled over some of Trump's stories, Trump's relationship with Epstein, and some of her own actions too. Pam Bondi,
Yeah.
do you have anything?
Yeah,
Let's see.
I have a little bit of that. Yeah, go
Let's see
ahead.
this.
Go
Back
ahead.
to your previous question, your city has a murder rate 5 times higher than New York's. 571 homicides last year. if you were serious about protecting your people, you would be asking this administration for help. You're saying that we're coming into your state and your city. We're there to help make America safe and Illinois safe, whether or not you want to.
I believe.
Why I take interest in her is because she's Italian. She's her ancestral line is Italian, Campania here in Italy. So, but she's a tough woman. She went against the grill. The Senate committee came hard, but she was putting it back to them. George, what do you know about that outing here?
The Democrats were accusing, Attorney General Pam Bondi of weaponizing Justice Department to target president's political enemies. That's one of the major issues there. The recent indictment of the former FBI director James Comey is a major point of controversy, with critics saying it just basically allows public, demanding, from President Trump to stop such weaponization of going after his enemies. So during the heated, I was watching it yesterday, during that heated debate, Bondi defended her record, stating her goal was to end the weaponization of justice. So she turned it around, and the department is now, serving all Americans equally. But, hey, come on. When you really take a look at some of these things, the man sitting in the Oval Office is a strong man. So if you're not able to defend him and defend whatever mess that is happening in that country, then you're not qualified. So Republicans centered arguing Bondi is cleaning up a Justice Department that was previously weaponized against Trump is now serving all Americans. So what they were saying that under Biden, that Biden actually used the Justice Department to come against Trump. And now that what they are doing is trying to clean it up. So the hearing grew a lot. There was a lot of tension. Bondi at times responding to questions with personal attacks on Democrats, lawmakers, instead of, directing or answering the questions. So what you are seeing in America is unprecedented. What you are seeing today in America is something that has never been in that country. But the question we are asking is, how strong can these people be? Because what you are seeing is a systematically, the president is making sure that he takes over all the departments in America. So when the time comes for whatever he's planning, everybody will agree with him. He's shaving out and firing all kinds of generals who might frown at what is really happening. So what you're seeing in America is unprecedented. We haven't seen it before. So Pam Bondi will have to come. She came well prepared and she represented. She stood her ground. So that's what I was saying today.
What we're saying. Thank you, George. Thank you very much. That was a good one. Gentlemen, we have to go. BD, I know you're there. Friday we'll do the international update. More international news are coming in. But before we go, as we do here, what words do we have? BD, tell us, what do we expect?
Before BD goes,
yeah.
My sister BD, I'm appealing to you. I know things are not the way they're supposed to be in our country today. But remember, our beloved First Lady said, let us please try to speak truth to power and try to bless Nigeria rather than cursing us. So please bless us, BD, bless us. Is she listening to me? Did you cut me off? I don't think she was listening. No. I think there was some kind of disconnection.
Yeah, there was a small disconnection. It's okay. BD, let's hear what you have for today before we go off. Are you there, BD? Can you hear me? BD? Okay, I think, all right, George, so what you have, what's your final word for today? Go ahead, George.
Okay. Anyway, no, I was asking BD to bless Nigeria. We know that things are not well, but let's call those things that be not as though they were. Go, BD. Bless us. Bless our country. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
BD, unmute.
Unmute. We can't hear you.
No.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Hello?
can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I can hear you very well.
Yes,
I can hear
yes.
you. Yeah, I
We can hear you now.
So, what was the question all about? What did you ask
No.
me?
I'm saying, give us your final final words for the day. We are closing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, if you're in Nigeria, if you're in Lagos, attend the Business Summit and Faith 6th edition. It will be happening next week, 16th of October at Radisson Blue Ikeja GRA, and I will be very, very happy to receive you. And this year event promises to be, in fact, it's a movement, it's not just ordinary gatherings. So plan to be there. And I tell you, you will not regret it. You have a lot to learn, have a lot of people to meet, not just people, quality kind of people to meet. And if you want to do business or you're already in business, that is where you need to be on 16th of October 2025. So if you're in Nigeria, just be alive. I know it's not easy out there. Just be alive. Whatever thing
All
you're
right.
doing, just make
All
sure
right.
you are alive.
What you do is, let's have also coverage from the SSM. Let's be a partner in your media presentation, because you're a contributor, you're a board member here. So we would like to be carried along, and if possible, beam you to Europe, diasporans, Nigerians in diaspora. Thank you. All right, George. George, go ahead.
Yes. Well, anyway, listen. My final words are this. Once again, I bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
Mhm.
and I pray for our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his wife, Remi Tinubu, and I pray for the governors. I pray for all workers all over
Mhm.
Nigeria, whatever
Mhm.
department, business people, that God will continue to flood us with a tsunami of blessings, that our
Okay.
nation will come to that place where we're supposed to be. We bless
Mhm.
that country. One Nigeria is one Nigeria. That there be a playing field for everybody to operate, and everybody will succeed. And that paradise we're looking for is forthcoming in Jesus' name. Amen.
Powerful. Thank you, guys. Thank you, viewers. You heard it all from BD Nana from Nigeria, Lagos, and George from Toronto, Canada. So we're out. It's been beautiful having you guys on this hump day, Wednesday, the 8th of October. So until we come on Friday, God bless you all. Bye-bye.